My name is Jamey Schrier, and I've been in private practice in physical therapy for over 10 years. And sadly, only about 5% of us are living what I would call an affluent lifestyle, let alone a wealthy one. And it's not because the 95% don't work hard, because they do. And it's not because they don't aren't good therapists, because they're great therapists. The problem is that the 5%ers are playing by a different set of rules. And today I just want to take a little time to tell you about my story and what those rules are and how the strategy that I developed can help you generate new patients. So, not too long ago, I used to wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning all the time. I call it the 2 o'clock in the morning wake-up call. And this wake-up call would happen, 4 or 5 days a week. And I'd wake up worrying. Worry. I'd worry about not having new patients. I'd worry about the staff. I'd worry about the billing and the collections, just all these worries about my business. And I hope this can resonate with some of you out there, because we own a business and we worry about it. And for some reason, I would wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and just sit there and stare at the ceiling. Well, what also happened is, I call it the leftovers. What also happened is I would go to work, and I would work, all day, 10, 12-hour days, and I would give the best to my patients, and I would give the best to my staff, and I'd go home to my family, and what'd they get? That's right, they get the leftovers. And it just wasn't fair to them, and what it caused for me is more worry and more stress. Well, you would think I would be, smart enough to say, okay, you know what, something has to change. Well, I wasn't. I'm a little bit stubborn, and I wasn't smart enough. Well, it wasn't until kind of a dark day in October of 2004 when it all changed. I was coming back from the beach. I finally had a nice little, few-day vacation to get away. And, we were all having fun coming back. And my wife got a phone call, and it was her dad. And her dad said, Jamey, my dad just saw, your building on TV, and I think it's on fire. And I looked at her, and I said, you know what? I really hope it's my place. And that's sad. That's sad to hope my place burned down. Well, in fact, it was my place, and it did burn down. But you know what? At that time, it just kind of forced me to make a decision. Do I stay in physical therapy? Do I just work for someone else? Or maybe I just get out of physical therapy altogether. Maybe it's just meant to be. It's a sign or whatever. Well, luckily I stayed in physical therapy. But I stayed with a different decision. I made a decision that I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to live and be a part of 5%ers. I'm going to use Michael Gerber's, working on your business instead of in your business in his E-Myth book. I'm going to learn, I'm going to understand what that actually means to do. So this led me to spend literally $150,000 or more on all kinds of stuff, seminars and books and programs and all these different things. So I started learning and understanding how these 5%ers were living. And it really came down to just one thing, one word. It was systems. That was the biggest thing that I learned. But what it got me, by doing this, what it allowed me to get back was time, lifestyle or quality of life, obviously money, and future. And with time, what it did is I was allowed to spend more time with my kids. I was allowed to be home in the morning and walk them to the bus. I was allowed to take more free time. Even when I went on vacation, I was worried about work. We can all understand that, appreciate that. Is you go off on vacation, and what happens? You're worried about work. So I was able to take really good free days off. I took 135 free days last year. What's a free day? You go, you do something that you love to do, and you don't bring work with you. No work. Second, lifestyle, quality of life. I was able, like I said before, to spend more time with the kids. I was able to really, just engage more with what was going on around me and be more present instead of worrying and focusing about everything else about work. Money. Last year we did well over $1 million, and 31% of that was net profit. So to me, I think that's pretty good, because that puts me into an affluent lifestyle. Some might even say a wealthy lifestyle, if you're listening to what wealthy means nowadays. But whatever that means, all it means is, I was able to live and am able to live in a lifestyle that I love. And you know what the most important thing was? I'll tell you. The most important thing was his future. My staff and I are very excited about the future and very excited about the possibilities out there, and my family are very excited about that. You can't say that everywhere. I mean, what you hear by our association, what you hear on the news, it is doom and gloom. And you know what? It doesn't have to be like that. The 5%ers aren't thinking that it's doom and gloom, but the 95%ers are. So, we don't have to live like that. So here's the thing. I'm a teacher at heart. I love to teach, and I feel like I'm propelled to give back to the community of physical therapy and to the business owners. And I have one simple strategy that anyone can do. And it's a strategy that has booked my schedules here, that has booked my therapist schedules, and it's the best thing that I do from a marketing perspective, and I want to share it with you. Okay? I call this the Evergreen New Patient No Doc System. Evergreen New Patient No Doc System. Why is it the No Doc System? Because you're not going to pay $300-$400 and go to a doctor and buy them lunch. Because as we all know, we've all tried it, and it really just doesn't work. And it definitely doesn't work long term, let alone short term. So it has nothing to do with that. It's a best strategy, again, that is a system-based strategy. And being a business owner, this is important. Being a business owner, I am not going to put more on your plate. I'm not here to do that. There's other things out there that put more on your plate. I'm not putting more on your plate. What I'm going to do is give you a strategy that you can delegate and have your staff do. The great part about it is the results will bring in business. It's the system that brings in business. All right, so that's the best part. There's nothing I'll ever give you that's going to require you to do all the work. Just quite opposite. It's about delegating. It's about systems. That's the secret. When are we going to be doing this? We're going to be doing this on April 3rd. That's a Wednesday at 1 p.m. East Coast time. April 3rd, Wednesday, 1 p.m. East Coast time. It'll be about 45 minutes long. All right, couple things. I'm not going to record this, and I'm not going to repeat this. This is just going to be a one-time only thing. It's not going to be recorded or not being repeated. So I really need you to come there with a pen and a pad. Get ready to learn. You're going to love this. All right, I'm going to give you everything I got. I'm going to give you my best strategy. Be about 45 minutes. You're going to leave there with everything you need to do to put this into motion and generate patients. I did this strategy not too long ago with Sean Ryan out in California, a client of mine at Redondo Beach. He learned the strategy. Boom. He got 3 patients, $4,500. He was happy. Very ecstatic to do that. So that's what we're going to do here. How much? I know what you're thinking. All right, how much is this going to be? You know what? Free of charge. It's not going to cost anything. All right, I don't want your money for this. I just want you to learn this strategy. And you know what you're going to have to do for me? You have to do one thing for me. You're going to have to share your results. I want you to share your results with me. I want to hear how well you do. But no, it's not going to cost any money. Here's going to be the hardest part. The hardest part as a business owner, the hardest part is going to be just accepting how simple this is. That's it. That's the hardest part. If you can handle that, this is really just a no-brainer. So, that's really it. So here's what you have to do. If you want to be on the call with me, the teleseminar on Wednesday, April 3rd at 1 p.m. East Coast time, just shoot me an email. And here's the email address I want you to shoot it to me. 100kcoach@SchrierPT.com. That's my company. SCHRIERPT.com. 100kcoach@SchrierPT.com. Send me an email. I'll send you the link. You sign up for the seminar free of charge, and I'm also going to send you a worksheet so you have a worksheet so we can work through that. So that's it. If you're interested, shoot me an email, 100kcoach@SchrierPT.com. Other than that, I just want to thank you for allowing me to share my story, and I hope to see you on April 3rd at 1 p.m. East Coast time. Thank you so much.